Hey everyone, hope you're doing well tonight. I know it's probably pretty late, you should probably be sleeping, but instead you found yourself here on the beach, just relaxing, enjoying the waves, right? But yeah, today we're gonna be talking about rejection. If you're watching this video, it's probably something you've experienced, or maybe experienced it recently, or maybe it was a while ago and you're still struggling. Either is very valid and very okay to feel how you feel. I think that's the one thing I want to emphasize throughout this video is that your feelings of hurt, feelings of embarrassment, whatever they are, really any negative feelings that are hurting you because of this are valid, okay? And please understand that, because I feel like culture now just kind of teaches you to move on, right? It's like, don't even waste your time, right, thinking about it. Just move on. And it's like, sure, okay, that sounds awesome, but that's not how this works, right? Like, I don't know where that came from, but you can't just move on, And I think that's something that people just don't realize now, and still they continue to tell other people this, and it's something you continue to hear a lot, right? Like, there's many fish in the sea, just move on, right? Accept it, move on, cool. That's not how it works, and that's not how it is, because you care about the person. This is something I talked about with my friend, is like, if you care about this person so much in your relationship with this person, it's not going to be easy to move on. It shouldn't be. It literally shouldn't be easy to move on, right? And so what you're feeling is totally okay and very, very normal and valid. So don't feel weak, or don't feel sorry for yourself. Or don't feel sorry about yourself, I should say. Because you are okay for feeling what you're feeling. You are okay. If you know, you know, but I know you're probably feeling hurt right now, and I think that's why you watch this video, and you have someone who's also feeling that right now, because it happened to me 3 days ago. And yeah, just quick context, right? I was talking to this girl for a few months, and known her for a few months. Met at school. It's summer now, of course. We were just texting all day, every day for the past 3 months, constantly sending each other updates, what we were doing, all that, right? But no one had ever addressed what we were, or just on the nose been honest about our feelings, right? So I decided to do that, and I really just did it because I felt like enough time had passed, right? As I like to say, I put anxiety in the passenger seat. I didn't let anxiety take the wheel. I took the wheel, and I decided to do something that I really wanted to do, but my anxiety really didn't want me to do. And I was, I guess that's the first thing I'll say, is that if you told someone how you feel, that alone is such a big accomplishment. I can't emphasize enough. There's so many stories that you'll hear or you'll see that of people just not telling the person they have feelings for how they feel, and years down the line they're still thinking about it and wondering if they missed that opportunity. And you don't have to wonder that anymore. That's not going to be you, right? And I think that alone it's something to be happy about. But anyways, so yeah, I told her that, and basically she said she wasn't looking for something romantic right now, and because she had a busy year coming up, and a couple other reasons. I won't get into all of it, right? But her reasoning was very valid, just to be clear. But think one thing that stood out in that message was that she said she hoped we could stay friends and that she appreciated our friendship and all that. But she said you're a great person, right? She was like, you're a great person, and I think it's stupid to be like, okay, like what was she gonna say, right? Like you're a bad person, but that meant so much to me, right? And this leads me to another point where it's like, ultimately, if you were respectful in how you communicated with this person and the relationship you had with this person you had feelings for, your crush, and ultimately you shouldn't feel bad. You shouldn't feel bad about yourself, regardless of her answer, regardless of anything, because you were you. If you were authentic and you were respectful, then you gave yourself the best chance possible. And sure, I don't mean you literally gave yourself the best percent chance, right? Like, I'm sure if you pretended to be this, like, I don't know, like, perfect person, right? Maybe you could have had a higher chance, but that's not, your chances are zero when you're doing that, because it's not the real you who's getting that connection, right? You're just pretending to be someone you aren't to build a connection. And if you were authentic and you were true to yourself with this person and you were rejected, going out that way is so much better than, you know, getting a date, dating her because you were this character, because that's not you. It's not, it's not authentic. But yeah, so be proud of yourself for that as well, and take that as another positive. But yeah, when she told me that, I kind of just sat in the closet for like 15-20 minutes and let the emotional wave wash over me, all the tearing up, all that stuff, right? All that, as you'd expect. I mean, as you've probably gone through as well. And after that, we move on to the moving on stage, right? Moving on stage begins. And I know it's hard, and you're probably going through that if you're watching this video. And I'm still going through it, to be clear. It's only been 3 days, like I said. Or I guess 4, because it's like 3 a.m. right now. But, this stage it's important. And it's also really, really, really emotionally complicated and emotionally convoluted. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, because you have so much emotion. There's a lot of bittersweet things. That's been, for me at least, a lot of bittersweet things. A lot of old memories have washed back between me and her. And those memories, they're somehow so beautiful and so painful at the same time, because I'm glad I have those memories, and I don't regret making those memories, but knowing that those memories didn't amount to what I wanted them to amount to sucks, right? And I'm sure you understand that too, right? Even if you think back to these great memories you made with this person, or these great times, you still aren't getting the future you envisioned or you wanted with this person, and that hurts, That hurts, and you're kind of just left sitting, staring at the wall, imagining this future that was never gonna happen. And I think it's important to understand that while that future may be gone, that doesn't mean your future is gonna be terrible, right? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't define your future, right? Imagining a relationship with a crush it's a beautiful thing, right? You really want it. And when you're rejected and you're obviously not gonna get it, it's hard. It's hard. But you have to understand that so many people out there are also looking for a special connection, are also looking for somebody to build a great future with. And those people are out there, they're still out there, and I don't want to be like those fish in the sea people, right? There's many fish in the sea, right? Like, that's all you'll hear when you tell someone about you being rejected. There's many fish in the sea, right? Oh, just move on. But like, it's true. I mean, it's true, and it's definitely not the best thing to tell somebody, but it is an objectively true thing, right? And it's something that I think is a lot easier to look at once you're deeper into the moving on stage, right? And right now you may not be. Right now you're probably still struggling, but I think it's important to understand and feel a sense of security knowing there's other people out there, right? And again, I understand your connection with this person is so special. The connection I had with this girl was great. I really, I really enjoyed spending time with her, man, I really did. And there's a lot of days spent, a lot of days, and every day was it was great. I felt so calm around her. I felt like I could be my genuine self. There was a lot of really good traits, right? Traits for a relationship, right? Really good building blocks for a relationship, and knowing that I won't be able to use those building blocks sucks. And I know you probably feel a way like that too. You feel like you had a connection with someone and you're not going to be able to build off of it, but there's other people. I know trying to build another connection is so tedious, and in the moment, it almost sounds impossible, right? You're like, no, I don't want to build another connection. I already have one here. This is the one, right? But just understand that is an option, and please just be aware of that. Even if it's hard to, I'm not saying that you should just, again, I'm not like those accept and move on. I'm not saying just make it disappear. Like I said, this person's important to you. You care about them, so of course you're not going to be able to just move on, but understand that that's out there, and just understand it's there. There's other people, so many other people out there, and whenever you're able to fully move past this stage, there's going to be so many other people out there waiting. It may sound scary now, but it's the truth. And it'll be a not so scary truth at some point, and hopefully at some point soon. But yeah, I guess one more point I want to touch on is what to do to help move on, right? Because I've talked a lot about the moving on stage, right? And like the inevitabilities and, just how to talk through the emotions, right? But I haven't talked about how to move on. I'm not a therapist. I'm just me. I'm just lucky here. Lucky late nights here. I'm not anybody who can give you this world saving advice, but what I can do is I can try my best to use my relatability and help you get through this. And for me, literally the day after, I went out and did something I enjoy, which is card collecting. I went to a card shop and I bought some cards, traded some cards, and it helped. And I understand that another very common thing, right? I'm not sharing this earth-shattering news. A lot of people say, right, do something you enjoy, right, to get your mind off of it. And one thing, I was talking to a friend and he said that doesn't help him, right? It doesn't, like, people say that'll make it go away, but it doesn't do that for him. But for me, it doesn't do that either, but it helps, right? It helps. And maybe it helped, I would say, a decent amount. Right? Like, she was still on my mind, like, the whole day, even during those times, but she still, it helped somewhat. And somewhat help is better than no help, right? I think that needs to be understood, right? Is even if it helps a little bit, it's still worth doing. It's still worth, even if it just helps get your mind off just a little bit more. Still go do it, because at the end of the day, you're doing something you enjoy, right? And you're still going to get some of that joyful feeling out of it, even if it's muddied by the rejection feelings. You're still going to get some enjoyment out of it, right? And who doesn't want enjoyment when you're feeling the opposite of that? I mean, it's quite literally the opposite. It's terrible, right? But yeah. So that would be my first tip, is just go do something you enjoy. Secondly is just talk to someone. And I know there's a lot of people who, they feel like they don't have anyone to talk to, right? Maybe their family isn't. There's a lot of parents, for some reason, who aren't really open with their child. They don't like talking about those things. Whether they feel like their kid's mature enough already to handle that, or whether they feel like, whatever the case is, they don't feel like they can talk about that with their kid, and I don't understand it. But it's really not that rare at all. And if you're in that situation, then find a friend, Find a friend, and if you feel like you have no friends you can talk to about that either, I mean, I'm going to use a quote from one of my favorite YouTubers, Dear Dano, heavily inspires this channel. The world isn't hateful. The world isn't a hateful, terrible place. It's, it's full of joy, full of support. It's full of people who care. It's like we live in a caring world, and people forget that because you see all the terrible things on the news. You see all the bad, right? It's all right here, like in your face, but you don't see all the support because that's not what gets put right in front of our faces. But it's all there, like it's so widespread. There's so many people out there who'd be willing to hear you out, be willing to talk to you, who have gone through similar things. I'm here. I have my email in the description. You can send an email. You just want to vent, or I can talk about it in a video. But go talk to someone, because I talked to my friend and my mom about it after, and you feel, again, it doesn't fix everything. No, you can't do anything to fix this fully. Let's just make that clear. Of course, there's nothing, right? But things can help, and again, this is another thing that helps. I felt like just a little bit of that emotional pain, right? That kind of like, imagine the emotional pain being like this tension, right? That's like pulling you down. I felt a little bit of that tension ease up every time I talked about it with someone, because I felt like I was being heard out, and I was getting told things that made me not feel as alone in this, and made me feel supported, and those things are important. Sorry, I keep running out of breath, and that's why I keep laughing too. I'm like exhaling. But no, seriously, just talk to someone. I promise there's someone out there who will hear you out. There's so many people out there, so many supportive people. But yeah, I guess one final tip would be just be accepting, Be accepting of how you feel. I think that's one of the most important things when it comes to moving on from something like this, is accept how you feel. Accept the fact that, it sucks, and accept the fact that right now you don't feel great, right? And really allow yourself to feel your emotions out, because it's important to be in check with your emotions fully feel them out, even if maybe that's hard, right? Especially when the pain's really bad, but you gotta feel it out, be aware of it, so you can use that as a way to move on. And when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, now you know your pain so you can move on. That's not what I mean, but I mean use it in a way to validate your feelings. And when you're able to validate your feelings, you automatically feel a little better, because you're like, hey, I have a reason to feel this way, right? I'm okay. And use it as a way to track your progress over time, right? Like, time will heal this. And I know that's hard to hear, and I know there's probably people watching this who have been going through this for maybe weeks, months, I don't know, a long time, but time does heal. It does. It may take a long time, and that sucks, I know it really, really sucks, but eventually time will heal, and you have to understand that. I think being in check with your emotions is a good way to see time doing its healing. How fast will it heal? Again, I don't know. For some of you, I know it's gonna be tough, and I know it's been tough for probably a long time, and that sucks, but keep sticking through it, because time will heal eventually. But yeah, I think that's about it for tonight. Rejection. Comment down below any questions you have. This is my first video, so I'm sorry if it was more of just like a vent session rather than me giving advice. But also, please send emails down below. I have it in the description. I'll be answering some questions, maybe next video, depending if I get any, or in the near future. But thanks for watching, and it's getting really late here. It's probably late where you're at too, so get some sleep. Good night.